stopped making videos that were like productive in a way, of me doing stuff, because I was like, who the fuck is watching me? And I'm like, well, yeah. So first things first is that I'm going to take a shower right after this, so this is going to be kind of pointless. Ooh, it's going to be kind of pointless because I'm going to take a shower as soon as I'm done. There's a shower right there. I'm gonna take a shower because I am not gonna be leaving my house today. I've kind of trained myself to not want to crave to do makeup every time I go somewhere. But here's the thing, I'm turning 21 in about maybe a week and a half, which means I am officially an adult, you know? Oh, 22, 21, what did I say? I forgot what I said. Did I say 21? I meant 21. Whoops. I'm nervous, even though I'm talking to myself in my bathroom in the mirror. I need to comb my hair. Anyways, that's what I'm doing for this video. I am basically showing you what my everyday makeup look has come around to look like. If I were to choose to wear makeup every day, this is what my daily wear makeup would look like. And not that I will wear makeup every day, but I feel like the days that I have club events and where I need to go and talk to people or kind of make good impressions at uni, because you really do need those networks. you need those people to talk to. What I look like, you know, like I don't think I look awful without makeup, but I feel a little slay with it. Majority of my makeup has to do with my eyes, because most of the time I feel like my eyes look very naked, if that makes sense. Because a lot of my makeup is very centered towards darkening my eyes and making them pop, even though I've been told that I have big eyeballs. If I were to be actually doing my skincare, I mean my makeup, like my daily go-to, I would put on skincare and let it sit on my face for a little bit. That just primarily exists of wash my face, some serums I have too, but I use just a vitamin C. I sometimes wear sunblock, and I know it's probably not a good thing. I should probably wear it all the time, but I just believe in the fact that my skin is brown. The part that gets the most tan is like my body. Like if my back has like a line. I love getting tanned actually. I'm like almost a basic white girl. Almost. This is me manifesting Vogue. I asked the makeup artist at Sephora like 2 years ago when I went there for like, you know, how to make my base look really nice when it sits on my face, because usually my skin is very bumpy and textured, and little old 18-year-old me had no idea that that's just how makeup foundations would sit on your face, because I would not usually indulge in foundation, because I always thought that when I put foundation on, it dulls my face out a lot more, and putting it all back on was like so much extra effort, so I didn't really care for it too much until, let me tell you, it's a little dirty because I do press my pen eyeliner on objects, so it like bleeds out a little bit more. Fenty Beauty, so good, especially for if you don't like that like the thing when you put full coverage foundation on, it leaves a little like layer of paint almost kind of texture, like when you paint a wall, or when you see a painted wall, you can tell that it's been gone, there's paint, it's been painted over freshly sort of vibe. This is the Blurring Skin Tint in 10 Eavesdrop. I love this. And I forgot the makeup artist's name, but it was in CBD Britomart. I think she was Filipino. Ooh. She was Filipino, and she was the sweetest girl ever. And she color matched me so well. Beauty, so good. It is like a dropping. It just farted. But it is a little dirty because again, I've had it for 2 years now. Almost 2 years. The 2-year mark will hit in about 2 months of me owning this, and there's still product in here. But here again, I don't put that much makeup on. So that's probably why there's a lot left. For my eyebrows, I got this last year because I thought it would be a really good investment, and it was. My eyebrows are already pretty full, and they're almost, even if I don't like shape them, they're always in a shape, which I love. Thank Brown Genetics and my mother for really good shaped eyebrows. It's a mini version. I need to go back and get a bigger one. But the Anastasia, oh my god, I can't read. Dip brow gel. Basically, because I'm not putting foundation on, you just go in, and it like kind of brushes it upwards, and it makes it look really cute and tidy and clean, and I love it. Honestly, I was in the block brow trend. I think it was 2016. I did do that, and I did my blocked eyebrows to school. It was a time in my life. Block eyebrows with red lipstick. I think it's really cute. Like, this difference is very subtle, but trust, there was a time in my life where I would just not touch my eyebrows while doing makeup. At any time. Even if I was doing minimal makeup, huge makeup, I just wouldn't touch my eyebrows at all, and it always looked sort of out of place because that's when I was recovering from my blocked eyebrows, and I just didn't know how to go about what to do with them, so I just didn't do them. Which is obviously not a good choice because I just looked, every time I did anything, it was so out of place. I did try the soapy eyebrows, and I did them to ball, and they looked atrocious. If I have a photo, I'll insert it, but this concealer, famously known Maybelline Instant Anti-Age Eraser Multi-Use Concealer. I don't think I need any anti-aging stuff at the moment. I've been blessed with being fat, so I constantly look young or old, so I just go with whatever other people perceive. I just don't care anymore. But a little bit on your lid, just a teeny bit, to balance out the color, especially if you're brown skin like me. Your eyelids are a totally different color from the rest of your face almost all the time. It doesn't look as incredibly awful in the lighting at the moment, but trust me, it doesn't do a lot of change, but it does allow for a really good base for any sort of eyeshadow look. And honestly, I think a lot of people would agree. Even if you do makeup, you know you makeup. Your eyeshadow is like the biggest give to whether your makeup is going to turn out good or not. Also, it kind of, you know, is the boldest thing on your face when you're doing makeup. So if you're going for a daily makeup look, you do something very simple or to your taste, what you like. I know my friend who's a bit gothy. Oh, her eyeliners are so good every time, and she looks, and then her going out look is so much, I could eat her up. And then I go in with this Makeup Forever Professional. No, I'm just reading the name of the brand. Makeup Forever Ultra HD Setting Powder. It's in shade 3, Banana. So it's a little yellow. Is it yellow? Yes, it's a little yellow. It's not as yellow as it looks on the camera, I swear. But you go in with just the tiniest bit. Teeny bit, and you just kind of pack it on top of the concealer. But because I'm a class A yapper, I kind of forgot, and this allows for you to have a smooth face to work on, not just, because can you imagine, you just put moisturizer on and you immediately cover it with baby powder. It's going to be pasty. You are in control of what your daily look looks like. If you want your daily look to consist of colors, go for it. Who the fuck's gonna tell you otherwise, you know? Who is allowed to anyway? No one is. And also in terms of brushes, I'm gonna sound like such a bitch right now. Again, this I was given with this. This is the Jaclyn Hill makeup brush kit. So I've got a bunch of her stuff here with the Anastasia Beverly Hills like eyebrow brush. I do have the dip brow, but it's actually my mother's, so kind of taking it from her. And I sometimes use the dip brow just for the ends of my look, especially when I'm going for a more bold look or if I want makeup to last a lot longer. But that's not for daily looks. For daily looks, I just brush it with the gel and call it a day. But if I were to want to look like bolder, and if you have more sparse areas in your eyebrow, the dip brow gel from Anastasia is really good. Like, genuinely really good. You just need to practice a couple times before you, no matter what level you are in doing makeup, always practice, because I could tell you to do like hair stroke lines on your eyebrows with the brush and the dip brow, and then it would look totally different on you than it doesn't look on me, because the same instructions don't actually work for every single brain, and that's completely normal. So you have to practice within your own comfort and with your own skill set and develop your taste for what you like over time. If you are new to makeup, for sure, if you have never used dip brow gel, dip brows, the pot, then you would practice it naturally, because that just makes the most sense to me. Like, you can watch as many makeup videos as you want, but as long as you don't practice it on yourself, even with the cheapest makeup. I know when I started doing makeup, when I first started really feeling for makeup, I would have the W7 palettes, or like any cheap palette, or I just used my mother's. And my mother's palettes were even older than the ones that I have right now. Like, she got them when she was married, so I would just fiend on any makeup I used to get, and I'll mix and match. And I remember I used to be really into Taylor Swift's Red Lip, and I would love it so much because it would make my teeth look really bright, right? And I myself, 9-year-old me, was like, what if I put baby powder on my red lip and make it look powdery? I don't know why. And then it like dissolved in the red lip and it made it matte. And I was like, oh, I just discovered something. A couple years go by, and guess what I see in a how-to DIY craft video? How to make matte lipstick DIY. And it was already an existing hack. Do you know how devastated I was? I didn't have access to the internet that much back then. I was just me nail makeup. And I was like, wow, I've never had an original idea. I cannot come up with a business model ever, because every idea I come up with already exists. And I could technically cite people, reference them, but then I came up with it. No one's gonna believe me if I tell them. I came up with the idea on my own, and then later found out that it already exists. There's just dictates the type of look you're going for. And if you are kind of like a clean girl, aesthetic girly, then you probably wouldn't even bother to put foundation on, because as many videos as I've seen, clean girl makeup is very thin, very minimal makeup. There's also a type of clean girl makeup where it's like just looks minimal, but it's actually a lot of effort. But those are for another day. I'm gonna be here for hours if you want me to talk about all of this, so I'm just gonna go on. So my eye is all primed, and I'm gonna go in. It doesn't actually matter. Oh, that's what I was gonna talk about. It does not matter if you do not have a variety of brushes for your eyes. You only really need your finger most of the time, you know. But if you do have the means to grab at least 3 brushes from Kmart, just the set, you'll be set. You kind of only need something like a, if I can find it, you kind of just need like a blending brush that's sort of like circular like this. You would need a flat brush, just for packing and like anything else. And I don't know, another brush size would definitely just be your point. That honestly, if you were to give me these two, then I would probably be really comfortable with just living with these two for the rest of my life. flat and brush. But because I have the means, as in someone gifted these to me 5 years ago, so, and I kept them so well that they still exist, and I also cleaned them so they aren't giving me acne right now. I'm gonna start with this. For a daily makeup look, what I would go for is a bit of a bronze sort of look. Actually, if I'm being completely honest, I don't really wear eyeshadow that often if I were to put a daily makeup look. But since, for the sake of this video and for the actual thing that I said earlier, that I'm trying to make myself look a bit more presentable, classic 3 eyeshadow blend. I go with Homebody. I know that it's a bit of a crazy shade to go in with first, but again, if I were to do this in the morning before going to uni, I probably wouldn't give a fuck. Not that much anyway. So crease, this is what you're blending into your crease. Most of the time, if you have a different type of eyeshadow, different eye shapes require different types of attention in terms of the way you should apply makeup to your eyelid for it to look like whatever you want it to look like. But you need to understand that it's not always going to look like the beauty influencers that are doing their makeup on videos, on anyways doing makeup, and the celebrities getting their makeup done. It's not always going to look the same on you because everyone is different, but every day is different. That's just why I'm saying, like, you should always practice. It's not like a thing that you pick up one day. I did makeup for years in a row to like be able to be very confident and to be able to do a look and whim from time to time. I'm not a professional. I don't have a certificate or anything. I'm a girl who watched a bunch of makeup tutorials, and Manny anyway, and Laura, and James Charles, and Patrick Starr, and there's a lot actually. I've watched a lot. Jaclyn Hill as well. Wow, I did watch a lot of people. So you don't go in with too much product, especially if you want to do like a very simple cut crease, right? This color is already very, not pungent, but very vibrant. So you kind of just want to work with whatever color you picked up, or however light, however dark you want to go. You just kind of blend, honestly. And this is where I'm lucky to have a couple brushes, because I kind of put too much of a dark shade on. So just take a clean brush, allegedly clean brush, and I go in with a lighter shade. If you have setting powder, you go with that, if this is what's happened to you. And you kind of diffuse the color on the top, because I kind of, on my bad, you know what I did? I put too much. I went in a second time when I was yapping, and I forgot that I wasn't supposed to do that. But anyways, to show you a magic trick that kind of, even though earlier I said your eyeshadow kind of makes or breaks your look, okay, hear me out. I'm going to show you something that fixes almost every issue. Eyelashes. Any type of shape, but do not be scared of the way that they look when they're laying down. Most of the time, dramatic eyelashes will look so dramatic, laying in its tray, but trust me, when you put them on, they look quite normal. But obviously it'll need a little bit of getting used to, but that's when you just stop acting like a wimp. And if you want to look slay, sometimes you gotta do it. Now I'm gonna go in with Thick Skin, this shade right here. According to Color Theory, you're probably not seeing the color as well as vibrant as I'm seeing, because the lighting is awful in here a little bit. But I'm gonna go in with Thick Skin. I'm only gonna put some towards the inner, like if you were to divide your eye, 1, 2, 1/3, 2/3, 3/3. I'm such a math whiz. And you would only like kind of blend it in this kind of vicinity area right here. Packing brush, which is the flat brush, right? For a really long time. So you want to put some setting spray. I currently, at the moment, I did use a milk setting spray, but I don't actually know if it worked with my skin, because every time I put it on, my makeup actually kind of repelled away from that setting spray. Prior to that, I was using the Max Fix Plus. I think that's what it was called. Mac Fix Plus setting spray, and I think that's the one that's like universally used by a lot of girlies. My best friend uses a similar one, and I was like, you know what? I'm at Chemist Warehouse and it's cheap, and my best friend is telling me that she uses the same one and her makeup always looks good and stays on almost all the time. So I might as well try it. And it's the Maybelline Lasting Fix. Maybelline New York. Does it matter if I say New York? Is there like different ones? Oh, I think I do remember. I think there is a Maybelline London, is there not? Am I fucking delusional? Anyways, I already sprayed it, but for the camera, I'm gonna spray it one more time. Like, I went to R&B recently, and every single day, my makeup stayed on. And I think the second and the third day, I slept with my makeup on, or the third day, and it stayed. We went out, it was rainy, it was muddy, I was sweating, and then I also slept with makeup after that, and it was still on my face. So, this, really, really good. Maybelline New York. So, go in my packing brush with a little bit of setting spray, and I just go in with any color, usually, because you want to go for a more of a, because I want to go for a bit of a daily look. I'm going to go with something that's a bit, doesn't have a bit more refined, glittery look. So I think I'm going to go with Bougie. Because it's a little more, not discreet, but fewer freckles, like glitter speckles on it. So it's going to be less dramatic per se, but I feel like for sure you can get away with putting glitter speckles every day. 100%. Basically, what the setting spray does allows for it to be a bit more pigmented. Here's how I do my eyeliner. This is what the eyeshadow is looking like. It kind of looks like I beat my eye up, or someone beat my eye up. But trust me, when this hits the eyes, it's so great. Let's go on to put the eyelashes on. But when it comes to the glue here, you're looking at the eyelash like this. I'm gonna put it in front of my skin so you can see it, because I want to use this hand. Right? You're holding it like this when you're putting the glue on. What you would do initially, you would only squeeze like a dot. A dot will come off, and you kind of just go across with that dot, and you line up the inner part of it, and you kind of bring it up to the top a little bit as well. The corners and middle, though, that's like the extreme adhesive points right there. And you do not put it on immediately. You kind of want the glue to get tacky. And what does that mean? If you want to test that, and if you want to, before you officially ruin your makeup by not putting the eyelashes on properly, get your glue, no matter which one it is. It has to be eyelash glue, otherwise it's not meant for your eyes, or nowhere near safe to be around your eyes. You just let it sit there. Kind of mess with it, because I put a lot on there. Kind of just spread it out a wee bit, you know, let it dry out. When it gets a little dry, it's gonna become like gluey paste almost, and that's what tacky feels like. It's almost like it's kind of pulling to your skin, but not a lot. Like your skin's not sticking to it, but it is pulling it a little. Like, you can feel that it's sticking a tiny bit, but you know, you can still put your hands away. That's the tacky formula. Just realizing right now. You have a teeny bit more control to push and shove. This bad boy comes in luck, and I'm gonna go in with a little bit of lighter glitter shade. So that's this one. I just kind of go in and make it not look so crazy. You would use, but I'm gonna be using the JH43. It kind of looks like this, and I'm gonna go in with Homebody, just a teeny bit. Don't blow on it, just a teeny bit, and kind of just line the bottom so it doesn't look too jarring and different. Like, my lower lash doesn't feel too separated, you know? Like it's in harmony. Brown lip liner has this much lift. I actually don't even know what brand this is. And then now at this point I would use my Fenty Beauty gloss, but that's in my room and I kind of don't want to leave the bathroom looking like this right now. So what I'm going to use, crazy enough, another gift that was given to me by my cousin who's suddenly coming to some money. This is Goldie Red Gucci lipstick. It's just in the middle. Maybe it's just color theory. Like this is lighter than the color of my lips, so it looks different. Okay. Anyways. And then gloss. I'm gonna use some of this Mic Max Cool It Girl Gloss Boss Lip Gloss. Tap. Just to make it shimmer a wee bit. I don't really like lip gloss that has a bit of a hint to it. I like clear lip gloss, which is why I like the Fenty Beauty one, because I think that looks fantabulous. This is after I've done my eyebrows, my eyes, and my lips. And this is where it gets tricky. My face. And I'm not doing foundation, so I'm just gonna kind of run through it with a bit of concealer. And I know I said I didn't want to waste too much product, but at this point, how much product am I really wasting if I'm giving myself something to edit and have fun with? So I go in with, typically you would put some skincare on, and because I don't have any skincare on, I'm just going to use some CeraVe moisturizing cream, just generally over my face, because I don't have anything on at the moment. This one is from last night's skincare. I'm going to go in just a teeny bit, just in the general vicinity, just so, because when it comes to looks like this, I use liquid or more like cream. These are from Kmart, by the way. Look at the state of my contour. I couldn't tell you what shade it's in because the writing is all gone. You can just kind of tell that this is my contour, and this get the fuck off is my blush right here. Ooh, it looks dirty. Oh, girl, why is you embarrassing me like that? These, right? So let me show you what I do. I, again, really rarely put foundation on, even though I have the Fenty Beauty one. Almost every concealer gives me a bit of a white mask, so I don't care too much. Well, The Godfather, no, I'm just kidding. I don't care too much about how much product it goes on my face, and then I go in with Beauty Blender / my witch, and then I just tap it. This brush, it's 40 buffing brush from Kmart. Now, here's the thing. I'm in between worlds of carving it on my face first and also putting it on the brush first. I do find that when I put it on my face, I have a bit more control about where it goes and how I can buff it about. When it's like that, when it's like on the brush, it's a bit scary because you have to go very lightly. You have to go very lightly with the way that you put it on your face, and that's what's terrifying to me. So I'm just gonna carve my face out basically, and I'm fat, so I have a chubby face. But genetically, I do have quite a good cheekbones. I have really good cheekbones genetically. Like if you were to look at my mother, fuck, you would fucking see what I'm talking about. But I have cheekbones. Everyone does, but like really, really protruding ones. So it's not very hard for me to see exactly where I need to put this. So just about here and just here. And you know, if you were to go a bit crazy for your daily looks, if you were to go a bit crazy for your going out looks, you would want to be a bit more of a bit like a the Kardashian contour, the famous contour, but you could like a 3, or you do all like the dimensional looks and everything, but I don't really go for all of those. I put a little bit down here and 1 there. 1, 2, 3. 1 here, 1 here. And that typically works for me. I don't really go in with more unless I really feel like it needs it at that moment. I let it sit a little bit and then I buff it. The blush goes on with a 40 liquid foundation brush. I do coat the brush. Go in motions yet. You flick it upwards. Or I do. I flick it upwards just a wee bit. You know, I just get a little feel for it. Put some on my nose. This is the one that I go back in for more with because I love blush. Just a wee bit. It looks a bit odd because it's pink, but it's fine. It's okay. Now, if my hair was to look a little cuter than what it looks like right now, you know, if I were to make, you know, if I were actually to go to uni and, you know, talk to professionals in corporate and, you know, network for my club, I would put a slick back ponytail. People know that I'm all business, you know, like this. My hair is a little thin. Yeah. This is my daily makeup look. I hope you enjoyed watching. Just kidding. No, I'm not. The video is done now. I've been standing here for 50 minutes. It does not take me this long to do my daily makeup look. Like I said. You know, you can go crazier. You can put blue. No, I'm kidding. My satire is coming almost close to brink of cancellation if I ever get famous or well known. Please do. I want free stuff. I also need money. I'm so broke. This is what it looks like. Honestly, I kind of love this like really badly. Even without satire and sarcasm, this is really cute for an everyday look. Like, it's subtle, it's cute, it's feminine, which I love. You know, it's a little messy up here, but that's okay. Everyone is like here to me. No one's gonna see me this high up, but this is cute to me. I think this is really cute. I'm gonna open my hair, take a photo for possibly a thumbnail, and then take a shower, you know? Anyways.